Alright. Well, in any case, let's get back into things. So, where are we at the moment? If I remember correctly, we just finished up a flashpoint. And this is a fairly difficult area, so I don't think I'm going to stick here. We could double check the contracts, but more than likely we're just going to jump over and do this other contract that's here. It is a short engagement length, which is nice. Means it's only going to be probably 2 missions long. It's fairly easy for us, I think. 2 skulls shouldn't be too bad. We're at about 2.5 skulls as far as what we can accomplish with relative ease. So, yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. Let me just double check we don't have a contract here that I definitely want to do. So, a lot of it comes down to keeping the Repellents liking me too. So this 3 skull one is technically within the realm of us doing it, but it is against the Capellans. So where are we at the current moment as far as reputation? So House Merrick is, it's doing all right. But really, we're doing the best with the Capellans. We're at 63 there. Federated Sons are next, 31. Yeah, the Pirates really hate me, but, you know, that's nothing different. Otherwise, we don't really have any set enemies. I've been kind of able to keep a lot of people to like me. The other reason we really haven't been able to push the Capellans even further is because we've been focusing a lot on flashpoints, and the flashpoints have just not really been favoring the Capellans recently. Although the last one we did gave us a little bit of reputation with them. I think it was only 3 points though, so nothing to write home about. Alright, so with that being said, how are we doing financially? We're at 2.5 million, so beggars may not be able to be choosers here, and we may have to do that contract. But let's go ahead and take a look at the store and see if there's anything I can readily sell. Also, I want to check my mech bay, see where we're at as far as repairs and everything. So I have a Griffin I need to set up, and it's a 1S, which I like that variant. That's the best variant of the Griffin. The other variant, the 1N, the standard variant, it's not as good. At least if you use it in a standard loadout. Obviously, you can modify it to be better. But let's look through. I don't think there's any other... Yeah, there's no other repairs or anything. So that's one thing we do have to do. But granted, I don't know if the Griffin is really going to be something in our regular lineup. We'll have to see what we can do with it. It does have 4 energy weapon slots and 2 missile slots. So we could give it a pretty good energy weapon loadout if we so choose. Alright, well... let's take a look at that store then and see if there's anything we can sell. Is there anything that I have storage that we could sell easily? We would need a full mech. No, it looks like we just have a bunch of parts for a bunch of different mechs. All right. As I said, let's go to the store. See if we can raise some money. So switch over to selling. Okay. So we're going to go through and we're going to figure out. Okay, so I do have a few mechs I could sell. You can only sell things that are in your storage, not things that are active. At least I don't think so. Hopefully I'm not remembering that incorrectly. I'm pretty sure. Let's just double check here real quick. The Jenner I think I remember putting down into storage to allow for the Griffin. Yeah, so none of those other mechs are in there. Okay, I just wanted to double check because I am coming from MechWarrior 5 and there are some differences between the 2 games and I didn't want to make a mistake and accidentally sell something that I really wanted to use. Alright, so definitely the Panther is going to be sold. Oh, we have multiple Panthers. Okay, we'll sell both of those. Alright, that helps. Javelin. Well, now, one big difference between MechWarrior 5 and Battletech is the selling price of things. You get like a tenth of what things are worth in this game. Maybe a tenth is a little bit too much, but you definitely get a lot less than these things are worth. I would have been able to sell some of those mechs for $1 million plus if this was MechWarrior 5. Okay. I guess we'll also sell the Jenner, because why not? Alright, so we're looking at close to 4 million here. I might be able to raise that much. Again, you don't get a lot of money for what you sell. But if we have an abundance of something, I'll think about selling it. I'll sell a couple of these LRM 10s. Just 2. LRM 15s we probably have in short supply. Medium lasers we have 42 of. Now, I do go through those fairly frequently, though, so... I'm not sure I'd really want to sell too many, but I'll sell a few. Let's sell 7. Okay, moving through. Machine guns I'm probably not going to use all that often, so I will sell 13 of these. I mean, you're not really getting much money out of this, so it's not really necessarily worth my time to sell these, but what the hell. PPCs we have a fair number of. SRM2s, those aren't all that exciting. I have a lot of SRM6s. You get a lot of these because of those strikers. Strikers are fairly common, and as a result, you get these in abundance. I'm going to sell... I do use SRM6s fairly frequently, though, so I'm not sure how comfortable I am selling a lot of these, but I think I'm going to sell... I mean, we have 22. I'll sell 7. I oftentimes don't use these arm mods, but we're not getting a whole lot for them, so I don't think it's really worth our while. Heat sinks I probably shouldn't sell, because you oftentimes need quite a few of those. Alright, I think that will do. Gave us a little bit of cash to tide us over for the meantime. If we really want to, we could also do that contract. Get a tiny bit more money out of the thing. Now, the one thing I said, though, with the MechWarrior 5 is you do get a lot of more money for selling things. But the difference is you have to pay a lot more to repair things oftentimes in MechWarrior 5. But I honestly don't think that those two necessarily balance each other out. Alright, let me take a look at the contract here. It's an assassinate mission, which I tend to like. It will probably hurt my relationship with the Capellans by a fair amount, though. We could probably look at that by negotiating. Yeah, so it hurt us by 7. I frankly think that that is too much. That's too much of a hit for us, especially as I don't know what opportunities I'm going to get in the future to get more reputation with the Capellans. Not only that, if we end up allying with the Capellans, our reputation with House America isn't really going to matter too much. I'm pretty much increasing the number of contracts I'm going to have to do to get that alliance by doing this contract. We are tight on money, though, so that's where it comes down to it. I feel like we almost have no choice. We don't get a lot of money out of this contract, but we could get good salvage, and we are looking for heavier mechs. And assassinate contracts tend to have heavier mechs as rewards, too. So I feel like we got to do it just because I'm so tight on money. Again, beggars can't be choosers. So I will go in with my best lance, as this is kind of a little bit more difficult for us. As I said, we're probably more a 2.5 skull group at the moment. But if I use my best lance, I think we might be able to do some good things. So yeah, let's go ahead and stick with it. And I'm pretty sure this is the best mechs we have available as well. So we'll deploy. I'm going to have to look through my components and stuff to see if there's any upgrades I have to any of my mechs too, because there are certain things like that that I won't necessarily remember from mission to mission, or from session to session, I guess, when I stream. If I had a little bit more security in the amount of money I had, I wouldn't have taken this contract, though. We also need another heavy mech, though, which is the reason why I took this contract even more so. Alright, Commander, you're near the coordinates provided to us by American Intel. We believe the target may be in this general region. If we find them, take them out, and then evac. Alright.
Nice foliage. I bet it smells great out there.
So, this is the bodyguard, more or less. Probably focus them down first, which is oftentimes the way these contracts go. Usually speaking with the trebuchet, I try and think of the future. So I think I want to be in this wooded terrain because we have bulwark, and I don't know how the connection here is going to go, so I think we're just going to stay up on top of the ridge here. But we'll face toward that direction.
Affirmative.
Pretty much same deal with the dragon, although the dragon does need to kind of get up close and personal. I guess we could go for this wood here. So for now, this is somewhat tricky. Yeah, let's just sprint full on because I don't think we're going to get contact this turn.
Copy that.
The Shadowhawk, I think I can keep up on this ridge here. Because I can always jump. The dragon doesn't have jump jets, so it can't really do those kind of things. Yeah, so we're going to gauge for a contact with the enemy next turn. I'm going to go ahead and sprint to there. Because we're not going to get it this turn. Alright. I'm going to do a normal walk. I definitely want that contact this turn, though, so...
Roger.
We need to kind of ensure it. Some of my other movement here. As much as I want the dragon to be close, I don't want it to be too close so that they get vision of it very... Oh, I might not even be able to get contact this turn. I mean, again, I will try, but...
Roger that.
Alright, let's actually switch over to Brunswick here. Oh, okay, we got it.
A blip.
Ah, okay, they're up on the ridge. If they're up on the ridge, I want to stay up on the ridge rather than jump down. So I'm going to stay sprinting here. Doesn't really matter one way or the other way. We probably get more evasion the other way, but...
Coordinates received.
Yeah, we're going to get better results with the jump jets, so I'm going to go ahead and jump here. Alright, I'm not 100% sure of our positioning here. Let's see what we got. 45 ton and a 60 ton mech. So the 60 ton mech is operating at medium weight scale, which means that they have Master Tactician pretty much guaranteed, because if they had a Cyclops in their lance, then the 45 ton mech would be operating at the light mech initiative. So clearly Master Tactician is involved here. Go ahead and reserve because we don't have vision of either thing. Oh, and we now have vision of that. Wow, you hit me quite a lot considering how much evasion I had. Okay, they have half armor, which is interesting. Decent amount of evasion here, but no... I'm not 100% sure what to do here. But anyway, yeah, but no cover, so we might be able to mess them up. What I could do is I could jump in aggressively with the Firestarter and start messing the Phoenix Hawk up. I just don't really want to expose the Firestarter to the amount of fire that we're probably going to draw here. But if I reserve, I'm opening up my ally here to potentially a lot of fire without much return. But I don't know if there's another alternative here. I mean, in theory, the Dragon's in as well defended a spot as it's gonna be. It just, unfortunately, they continue to hit him despite how much evasion he has. Which is kind of why evasion builds really don't make sense, because I had, what, 5 evasion? This guy hit me no problem, this guy hit me no problem. With 4 evasion, you know, it just seems to be the way things go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and reserve again. I expect there to be heavy contacts. I expect the dragon to eat more shots. Yep, here comes some LRMs. Coming from that direction, so we do have to be mindful of that direction.
Light damage, Commander.
I'm a little concerned with the position here. Oh, okay, finally something missed, granted, when we had the lowest evasion. Yeah. We still have enemy. That's probably our assassination target. A lot of LRMs. Somewhat worrying. Okay, I guess that wasn't a ton. I wonder what that is. Well, we have a good idea where it is, somewhere over here. Alright, well, let's follow through with the move we had initially planned. So, I'm going to move in. I'm going to hit the fire the Phoenix Hawk fairly hard here, we'll be able to hit that guy again. So we know that's a rifleman. I kind of suspected as much. 65-ton, 60-ton mech. Sure what the 60-ton mech is. Maybe a quick draw? It definitely fired LRMs at me. In any case, let's open up here. I have good faith that we will be able to hurt this Phoenix Hawk quite a bit.
Commander.
Just keep moving up with the trebuchet here. I want that to be a better shot than it currently is, so... Wait, I can't get in range? Oh. I thought I had hit jump, but it was on sprint. I was like, that doesn't make any sense, that I couldn't get in range. Alright, so yeah, we're going to jump in here, try and burn down a little bit of that guy's evasion.
Engaging jump jets.
Okay. Yeah, this shot's not necessarily terrible.
Engaging target.
We got some good damage output here. Yeah, got an ammo explosion there.
Enemy mech destroyed.
That killed him. Alright, so now the target has shifted. It's going to be against the rifleman. Can I get vision of anyone else? I can. So we're going to move aggressively here with the dragon. The idea being, I want to be able to hurt. Probably go after the rifleman, even though it has a lot of damage reduction. You know what? We have a precision strike. Yeah, we're going to go after the quick draw here. I will do a split shot with the trebuchet. Probably put more damage on the rifleman, but... Yeah, let's go ahead and go with this. Guess we'll just go center torso. I mean, what messes up a quick draw more? Yeah. I'm gonna go after the left torso here. Reason being is I might be able to clip the ammo and get another ammo explosion. Okay. Now for Leo.
Ready for orders.
Leo's going to move up into cover. We're going to do a split shot. It's not going to necessarily be accurate because the range is so far, but we'll give it our best.
Acknowledged.
So the greater damage is going to be against the rifleman just because it's going to be an easier shot to land anyway. And then you are going to be our lesser damage. But because we're split shotting, we'll burn through this guy's defenses, so he'll take full damage. And in that regard, we're just going to get better efficiency.
Copy that.
With these guys having half armor, this should have hurt. I'm actually surprised we didn't get any... Oh, there we go. Got a little bit of internal structure there. Or at least burned through the armor a little bit. Okay. Brunswick is not really in a position to necessarily do a whole lot right now.
Good to go.
He's giving us vision, which is kind of what we want out of him. I could get in there and go after the rifleman, but he has so much damage reduction, I don't think that's worth our time. What we would better want here is maybe the rifleman to move up, and we could get in behind him, because we're not that far away from getting in behind him. So let's go ahead and reserve here. I expect him to stay in the woods because he has bulwark, and it just makes sense for him to do so. But we're going to go ahead and reserve here. The rifleman will go. Okay, so well, he moved up, but I don't know if it helped me too much. Well, I'm happy you went after the fire starter there, because I have a lot of evasion. Still not sure the fire starter move is the right move just yet, but let's see if we could jump in behind him if we wanted to. Yeah, we're just shy of that. If he had moved up just slightly more, or moved over this way, we would have been able to get him, but didn't give me what I was looking for. Okay. It's going to be tough to get into a position to do a whole lot here. Theo might actually be the best one to move right now, because we can take advantage of the lower evasion that the quick draw has right now, and just keep hitting the rifleman as well with the high damage output. And that accuracy is really good, so
On it.
What do we got? 90%? Yeah, that's pretty good. So you're going to be A, you're going to be B, and B is going to be the lesser accuracy shot, but, you know, it should still do some good damage here.
Acknowledged.
Maybe we can hurt the rifleman a little bit. And the quick draw. I mean, that's ideally what we're looking for here. Now, I don't know which one's going to go first, the quick draw or the other mech. I suspect the quick draw is going to go first. Yeah, so with the Shadowhawk, unless I can jump down here... Yeah, you know what? Let's take advantage of what we have, which is the quick draw in a really good spot to do, for us to do a lot of damage to him. This will heat me up a lot, but I think it's probably worth it. And I will use a precision strike here because we want to be able to hurt this guy. Yeah, let's go after that left torso, see if we can get that ammo explosion we've been looking for. If not, at least we clip off some of his weapons, especially his long-range weapons.
Engaging target.
Fortunately, we didn't get any of what we were looking for, but, you know, sometimes that's just how it goes. Alright, let's go ahead and reserve again. This does give the quick draw the ability... Well, actually, no, because we precision struck him, he's still going to be vulnerable to us. Alright, it's a Thunderbolt. Just, it's going to hurt a little bit, but that's what the dragon is there for. It's to soak damage for us. It's our tank. Alright. So the one thing that has not gone yet is our assassination target, which we know has LRMs of some kind.
Yes, Commander.
We are pretty much good to jump in here. Now, ideally, I would want to go after... I don't think I'm going to jump. I think the better move is to sprint here and maybe try and sprint in to contact with the rifleman. We could hit the rifleman and then retreat next turn because we know we have an initiative. Now, I'm not going to do that just yet because it doesn't make any sense to do so. I think probably makes a little bit more sense to just move up with the fire dragon here. I want to still be able to hit the quick draw, so we're going to want to move into a position to do so. Because I think we can take that out. It's just pretty hurt right now. I don't want to give my back, though, to the enemy, so I'm going to actually turn like this, because I know he's off to my left somewhere.
Moving out.
Alright. This might be a multi-target situation. I'll use the higher accuracy weapons on the quick draw. The quick draw hasn't gone yet, so we kind of want to take it out, don't we? Alright, you know what? I think we go for the takeout. Because the Thunderbolt, we're not probably going to significantly hurt this turn. Let's just try and go for the finish here. I don't know if we have enough damage output, but we'll try.
Engaging.
Okay, well, we got him.
Mech
I mean, he was
destroyed.
fairly hurt, so... If ever you can eliminate an enemy, that's usually the best result. Okay, going after the fire starter. Which is kind of why I waited. Because I suspected if I had been out in the open, he might have still attacked me. And he would have gotten a rear shot on me. So... Oh, can we get information on this guy before I move away from him? 80 tons. So that is an assault mech that it, again, has Master Tactician. So it is operating at a... I don't know if this is in range or not, so I'm just going to ensure that we're in range by moving here. I know I have the initiative advantage, so I'll be able to hit this guy next turn without any difficulty and then be able to retreat if I so choose.
Got it.
And this will give me an opportunity to cool off too, as I have been somewhat aggressive with my movement lately. Alright, so as I was saying, this is our follow-up attack. Because we have Ace Pilot, we can hit and then move. So I will do so. The guy has a lot of damage reduction, but there's really not a whole lot I can do about that. I would prefer to have hit him from the rear, but that would leave me in somewhat of a vulnerable position. I'd prefer to try and break contact if I can. Well, that being said, I'm not even sure I could. Of course, the ultimate question you have to ask yourself, if I make this move, could I finish the rifleman? Because if I can finish the rifleman, then this is well worth it. Well, let's make that determination. We go straight center torso and we get good accuracy on that. He will die. Granted, he does have full armor, so nah, I would not be able to put him down.
Aye, aye.
We could go after his torso section. Again, he has full armor in the rear, so that's kind of the problem. Whereas if we attack him from where we are now, we'd be hitting the right torso for sure. It'd just be half damage. Or 40% damage, technically. Yeah. It's a tough call. I mean... I just know I wouldn't be able to finish him. That's kind of where we're at.
Receiving you.
As far as breaking line of sight, I probably could. It depends. Because this 80-ton mech can just walk through here and probably see me. So I think trying to break line of sight doesn't make sense because the guy's going to be able to see me no matter what. So, you know what? I'm just going to go with the move that we've got in front of us. We're going to do the rear attack. It may turn out to be the bad call, but when it comes down to it, I think it's the best move we have. So I'll try and go after one of his torso sections, probably his right torso, because that's already hurting. Hey, Shirayuki. Although, saying that, how much is it? Yeah, it's only hurting by 5 points. We could try and clip off the left torso. It just would require a lot of accuracy on our part. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go right torso and see if we can try and take that out, or at least help our allies take it out. Yeah, we got very bad accuracy there. We still got the torso section, though, so I'll take it.
How'd that taste?
We need to get his cold shot bonus up. Oh, yeah. I don't have a set move for the Shadowhawk just yet, so that we're going to wait on.
Yes, Commander.
He isn't possibly a vulnerable spot, but I think he's good for at least a turn. So I think we're just going to stay put. We're going to do another multi-target here. So you're going to be A, you're going to be B, and B is going to be the lesser damage because, hey, we might be able to take the rifleman out. Depends.
Roger.
This is a decent amount of... Yeah, it's an alright mech in this game, too. It's just hot running. You have to modify it a little bit to not have it be so hot running, but otherwise, it's not a bad mech. Okay. We're going to go ahead and reserve, because I don't really have a move yet. Okay, I mean, if you're going to fire a single medium laser at me, I'll take that. Not really sure why that happened, but okay. Legend is going to move in. And we should be able to get a full salvo off on the Thunderbolt at that kind of range. We'll get our flamers in there and heat them up. Thunderbolts are pretty hot running mechs, and the guy already fired at me pretty good, so he might be able to get in behind me this turn, which I don't really have any way I can stop that. Maybe if I don't move so far forward. He still is going to be able to get in behind me, so it doesn't really necessarily matter, but we can heat him up and maybe limit how many weapons he can even get on me, so that's still a good idea.
Copy that.
Oh, he's gonna come in with a melee attack. Granted, all things considered, that does make sense. Oh, we are already having internal structure. That's not good.
They've blown past my armor.
In the leg. Okay, the leg's not too bad. I mean, we have ammo there. Obviously, I wouldn't want an ammo explosion. I may be able to get in on the rear section of the Thunderbolt, but I really don't know. I'm very hot. That's why I don't want to do it. But, yeah, I can't even make it. Probably a walk and then set up the rear shot for next turn would be an okay move. We should probably just let this assault mech go, though. I suspect it's going to attack either the fire starter or the dragon. Oh, it's going to go after the Shadowhawk, so that's actually good that we didn't move. Because that accuracy is going to be bad, and also we have damage reduction that we wouldn't have had otherwise.
Damage minimal.
Okay. Well, hopefully the fire starter can finish the rifleman. Next turn, it's got a good angle for that. We can get in here and mess up the Thunderbolt. All right. Yeah, I prefer that not to happen to me. All right, let's go ahead and fire her.
All weapons committed.
Okay. Yeah, because he did the melee attack, that heat dropped. All right, here, this is our attempt to kill the.
What do you need?
We should have a precision strike, so we'll try and take him out at this point. We're just gonna go straight center torso here. Although, if we clip off. Oh, we were able to kill his ammo, which is why he only fired a single medium laser at me. Ah, okay, it makes a little bit more sense now. You know, honestly, we have enough damage to just kill him. Let's just go center torso and try for it.
Firing. All weapons.
It kind of helps if you actually hit with your lasers, but yeah, we didn't get the kill. That's very unfortunate. That rifleman, all intents and purposes, should be dead right now. How much you want to bet he has like 5 hit points left? Or some nonsense.
Firing jump jets.
As this game really likes to do to me. Let's see. 17 hit points. Tried some Battletech Advanced a few days ago. Got it frustrated by the crazy low accuracy that you have in that mod. I'm not familiar with that mod. I'm actually not familiar with any of the mods. As I have not really tried. The only one I'm kind of familiar with is Rogue-Tech. Which seems like it's a decent mod. All right, let's get in that for that rear attack. I'll try and finish the... If I don't get a... This is a little bit dangerous because stray shots might hit the dragon. Now we're obviously going to overheat if I fire everything. Probably turn the SRM-4 off. Fortunately, that's not enough. I'm going to go with the small laser then. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. So it's got like the same kind of building mechanics as Rogue-Tech, I take it then. Also, like, what time period is it? Is it the same time period as this, or is it more like Rogue-Tech where it's like all over the place? Not really a defined time period, I think the developers said. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Shouldn't be too bad.
Targeting rear armor.
We didn't get any
Enemy mech.
stray shots, that's good.
Detected.
Alright. So Leo is gonna try with a multi-target here. He's gonna try and finish the rifleman. In theory, we have that ability, but we just have to have it execute.
Confirmed.
In theory, this is overkill, but if we don't get the damage where it needs to be... Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me! I mean, the only upshot is the rifleman has not really any weaponry, but...
Scored a critical hit.
Rifleman's gonna back up. I mean, Thunderbolt. We might lose that leg if we're not careful.
Internal structure damage.
That dragon is really starting to get beat up on that leg. Yeah, it's almost gone. So what we need to do is I need to make sure the dragon cannot be hitting that leg anymore. I'm not sure how I guarantee that. I'm tempted to come in for the melee. Let me just, real quick. See where my enemy is at. He's still got a fair amount of meat on him.
Receiving you.
I can get in behind him, but I don't have a shot if I do so. Oh, no, wait. No, I do. There it is, right there. We're gonna just barely get the shot, though, because I want that left leg. It's... Wait, which leg is it? Hold on. The right leg, right? Yeah, right. Okay. Just barely get this shot. Put the right leg towards the extremes of the map, so hopefully I don't get shot there.
Good to go.
I might be too close for the ultra autocannon. It's 3062 and onwards. Oh, okay. We could do a multi-target here. UBA. UBB, and then just have this because it's not very accurate against this guy. I don't think it's going to kill the rifleman, but hey, it will do some damage. And maybe make him lose his last weapon, potentially, because I don't think he has a lot of hit points anywhere in particular. Alright, let's go ahead and give it a try.
Confirmed.
There's a lot of rear shots, so that didn't kill him, but yeah, okay, so the rifleman should be out of weapons.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
So the rifleman's pretty much done.
Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
Yeah, so they sensor locked me here, which is why we're getting shot at. Okay, doing good. Brunswick does not have a clear move here. This guy's too far away, and I don't think I can get in range of the Thunderbolt. I could kill the rifleman. Not sure what the purpose of that is, though. I mean, we could do it to do it. What the hell?
On my way.
He's a lot of damage reduction, so I'm going to be somewhat unhappy if he doesn't die, because he has 13 hit points left in that center torso section.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
That should be a kill.
Hit him hard.
Thank you. The most overkilled mech. There wasn't much left on that guy at all. Okay. Fortunately, Dragon's kind of in my way, but I should be able to just skirt around, get the rear shot here. The Thunderbolt, same situation here. This guy, like, has very little hit points left. I don't see him surviving this attack. So, yeah, you're going to be the target. I'm going to turn off my SRMs, but use my energy weapons. Really have a reason why I'm doing that, but as I said, we should have more than enough damage output here.
Targeting rear armor. Enemy mech destroyed.
Okay. How are we doing?
Orders?
And we used to have plenty of missiles. So at this point, no reason to go. Might as well wait. Let the, Still haven't really figured out what this is. An 80-ton mech that has missiles, long-range missiles. What could that be? Trying to, like, for example, like, I think Zeus, but I'm not sure if a Zeus is even in this game.
Good to go.
I just don't remember. So, well, we know we have the initiative advantage, but I kind of feel silly charging forward with the trebuchet. So I'm gonna just move in behind this rock.
I copy.
Legend is in a rough spot. I'd prefer Legend didn't take any damage, but we should be in the clear for now. As long as I just keep the right leg away, be alright. Alright. So again here, I've already lost track where this... Oh yeah, there it is. DOC added Zeus. So, well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, I don't know what other 80-ton mechs have that, because the Stalker has LRMs, but it is 85 tons. The Victor doesn't have them. That's 80 tons. Awesome. It could be an awesome, I guess. Maybe if the guy's only been firing one LRM. The variant they have in here usually has 2 LRMs. So in theory, it could be an awesome, but it's been very conservative with its missiles if that's the case. Because it should have 2 LRM-15s, I think, if I remember correctly. Well, again, we'll find out. I always try and guess at what my opponent's going to be before I uncover it. Just, you know, just to see if I'm still... Not sprint. Oh. Hold on.
Good to go.
I had to click on the fire starter, clicked on the fire dragon. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just jump in here, and then I'll sensor lock him and find out what he is. It is a Zeus. Alright, well, that answers that question. I'm a little concerned about this line of sight.
Waiting for
So I'm going to take Leo in this way, behind the rock. Get our vision back so we can see what we're doing. So yeah. I don't know. It might be able to just like swing in here though. So maybe we back off. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the back off because we should still have the same accuracy with this shot.
Moving out.
I'm just concerned that he's going to get vision of me, and as far as I'm concerned, you want to prevent vision as often as you can.
Our primary target is taking damage.
Yeah, I couldn't remember either. Like, I knew it was in MechWarrior 5, and that's the one thing that kind of messes with me, is sometimes I have a hard time remembering what's in MechWarrior 5 and what's in this game, especially as I've been playing a lot of MechWarrior 5 lately. Okay. Dragon's going to take a while to get into a position to see anything, so we're just going to sprint on over. Yeah, there's not really an easy way up on this ridge, is there? I can get vision here, but I don't think I can move any further up, so... Yeah, let's just keep sprinting this way. You very much need jump jets in this game compared to MechWarrior. We need to cool off, so I'm just going to sprint.
Full throttle.
Well, it's a definite significant advantage in this game. Although there's certain mechanics in this game that the tabletop game actually makes jump jets like harder to use. Because in the tabletop game, when you use jump jets, you have a really bad chance to hit anything that you try and fire at. Whereas in this game, it doesn't affect your accuracy at all. I don't know if they do that in any of the mods. That advanced one, what was it called? Advanced Battletech? But yeah, it's a lot trickier to use jump jets in the tabletop game compared to this. Alright, I still don't think he's going to get vision of me. Potentially the fire starter, but I'd be okay with that because he's got decent evasion. I mean, I wouldn't be okay with it, but we'll let it go. See what happens. Okay.
What do you need?
I'm going to go ahead and sprint here. We're not going to be able to attack this turn. Ideally, what I would want is to get into a flank position on this guy. Eventually.
All right, full speed.
Okay, so that's like the tabletop game then, because the tabletop game, depending on the speed that you move, so if you walk, it's +1. Any pluses are bad, by the way, in the tabletop game, just to be clear on that. It's +1 if you walk, +2 if you run, +3 if you jump. So, and you can shoot while running, which is something that this game doesn't do. Which is one of the reasons why light mechs are kind of impacted quite a bit.
Receiving you.
Because in the tabletop game, being able to sprint... Well, it's called running in the tabletop game. It's called sprinting in this game. But being able to run and shoot is a pretty big advantage for those lighter mechs. Okay, cool. You know, honestly, that might be a mod I look at.
On the move.
And after we're done with this playthrough. Because you're starting to make me... You're enticing me, let's put it that way. Alright, let's go after this torso section because we already hit it a little bit. Might be able to clip an arm off.
Reporting.
I don't usually do mods, though. The enemy uses that all the time. Do you feel like the enemy uses it unwisely, or that they get away with something? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Let's make sure we keep that right leg away. Something like that.
10-4.
Alright, I'm not going to mess around with the Shadowhawk. I'm just going to jump in here. We're going to be running hot, but not a whole lot I can do about it. I might be conservative with the weapons I fire. I'm still running pretty hot. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, yeah, so that's what I thought you were going to say. Is that real problem with the processing. Which, you know, that is definitely a concern. I might only fire one laser here, because I really... Maybe the missiles would be better. I want to cool off a little bit. Yeah, we'll fire the missiles, even though they're not going to do a lot of damage. This isn't going to be our turn. Next turn will be our turn. We can maybe get some flanks in, stuff like that. This guy's got so much damage reduction because it didn't do anything and all that. It really adds up. Now's not the turn to go after him, though. We want to get him into a better position for us. So we're going to take advantage of initiative where we can.
Standing by.
But what we need to do... Actually, I could probably just do this with a normal move. No, I can't do it. Alright, that's fine. What we need to do is make sure we break line of sight and break it in a way that he can't reestablish it easily. But also put us in a spot where we're likely going to be able to flank him. Yeah, that'll work. And I'm going to sensor lock him just to make sure we keep vision of him so that my longer range mechs can at least hit him a little bit. You are going to open up on the guy with your missiles again, and then you're going to jump down below the ridge. Yeah, whenever you're in a situation like this where you have a heavier mech, just take your time. Because you always are going to have the initiative advantage. Just wait for your moment. One mech by itself can't face every direction, so you're going to get a lot of rear shots. Also, at the beginning, when your pilots are crap, battles take ages just because you mostly fight small mechs that have a ton of evasion, and your pilots can't hit the broadside of a barn. Well, that's kind of true about Battletech, the tabletop game, too. It can be very frustrating if you don't have experienced pilots. There is a... I'm going to have to think about it. But there's a Java-based game that allows you to play the tabletop game. And I want to say it's called, like, Mech Labs or something like that. I know it's MEK. And there is a campaign thing that they have. And it's actually really in-depth from what I've seen of it, but I played a little bit of it. And I'll tell you that RNG of the dice rolls, especially when you're starting out as a company, will make you want to break your keyboard in half, almost. If you're the kind of person that gets upset about that kind of stuff, probably not the thing to look into. But if you're really into the tabletop game and you want to give it a try, I hope I'm remembering. Maybe it's called Mech Tech or something. I know it's MEK something. And I don't remember what the campaign... It's like a bunch of modules that work together. One of them is the module that allows you to do the battles, and then there's a module that does the campaign, and they kind of work together. They're like separate programs that work together. So like the campaign is kind of like just spreadsheets, really. So it's really, you know, not a lot to look at. But then when you get to the maybe it's not Java based, but it's something like that. I don't know. But it's not really, you know, it's a thing that's been around for a long time. I remember playing it back on Windows XP, and I want to say Quill took a look at it, Quill 18 at some point. So I think he has a video on YouTube somewhere covering it. Oh, your internet died. I'm sorry about that. I missed what you said too. Also at the beginning when oh yeah, I read that. We'll go ahead and fire this again. Just keep picking away at him. I'm not sure if it did. Your last message that I read is the one about, yeah, the last message you said was something about the battle's taking a long time, and when your pilots are inexperienced, you can't really hit anything. I think that was, yeah, that was the last message that I see.
Receiving you.
Don't have vision, huh? Don't want to move up that much. I'm just gonna have you stay put. Get our opportunity.
My heat low.
Yeah. I wish I could remember. Maybe we'll look it up after this battle. I'll look up what that thing is called, just to be sure of it, because I don't remember. Okay, so this is gonna be our turn where we attempt it. It may be able to get vision of the dragon or the trebuchet. We prefer that not to happen, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, so I was talking about... There's this program, and I don't know what else to call it other than a program, that allows you to play kind of the tabletop game on a computer. And it has AI and everything like that too.
Engaging.
And it has a pretty in-depth campaign thing. It's kind of archaic. It uses, I think, Java or something like that. So it's not all that high fidelity, but we'll talk about it a little bit more detail when I remember the name, though. I can't remember what it was called. We're just going to go center torso, see if we can get anything with that.
Targeting rear armor. Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
All right.
Yep.
I'm not sure Brunswick is going to be able to get in behind. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he can. Actually, just barely gets in behind. But we get another rear shot here. This is another reason why I saved up my precision strikes, because with that, we might even get the kill here. Yeah, only 33 hit points, so probably going to go down here. Unless we get really bad accuracy, but I suspect...
No retreat.
Alright.
Hostile.
Alright. Well done. You managed to wipe the Op4 out. I can do an extract right now. No need to get to you to our planned LZ.
Mission
Alright.
successful.
Yeah, let me take a look at what that thing is called, just so... Okay, got a decent bonus there. Yeah. Well, I might take a look at one of these mods one of these days, because I think if they don't do any future development with this game beyond heavy metal, I think I've kind of gotten to a point where I would probably need something like that. Alright, so what do we want? Well, we definitely want some kind of heavier mech. It's a tough call what to take because we don't really have many parts here. Technically, the quick draw would be an upgrade over some of the things that we have, but not much of one. The Thunderbolt would be more significant, especially potentially an upgrade to the Dragon, or a replacement for the Dragon, I guess. Going for the Zeus is probably a little premature. Which version is this? Ew. I mean, we might be able to modify it to something decent, but jump jets on a Thunderbolt? Yeah. This looks like the standard version of the Rifleman. Oh no, it is a variant. Is this the one that has the AC-10s? Oh yeah, it is. Because it was firing those at me. So no standard variants here. I guess I am going to pick up the Thunderbolt. Oh, we should look to see if there's any good systems. Not that I see. I don't know. I don't know if I like this variant or this idea. Well, you could probably do something with the Rifleman because it's got 4 ballistic weapon slots and 4 energy weapon slots. That gives you a decent amount of variety, I guess. All right. We'll give it a try. Yeah, I upped it a little bit to make it a little bit more difficult to get mechs. Which we're struggling a little bit here because we haven't gotten many opportunities to get heavy mechs. But that is what it is. If I was a little bit more conservative with my spending, we could probably buy certain mechs that we wanted, but you see a shiny weapon, you just have to buy it, and some of these weapons are really damn expensive. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the nagging. Alright. Alright, let's just double check there's not anything in the story we want before we leave. Stories don't really tend to have a lot now that since the mod, or the update. Okay. Well, in any case, let's get going. So we're gonna go and do... That's right, we have to repair stuff. Should be simple repairs. Yeah, only one day. We also have to set up the Griffin. Let me go ahead and do that. I don't know if there's gonna be a frontline mech or not. I don't even know how I'm gonna set it up. Because so far, I feel like we're covered on support mechs, so that doesn't make any sense. As I have the Wolverine set up that way. I think there's another mech I have that set up that way. Yeah. In theory, the Centurion is set up that way. So it really doesn't make sense for me to set up the Griffin as something like that. I guess I could set it up as a hit-and-run mech to be a backup to the Shadowhawk, but technically we already have one with the Phoenix Hawk, and that's really not a high priority for me. This could eventually be a scout and to replace the fire starter, but we're still at a point where the fire starter is really useful. This thing only has 2 support weapon slots too, which I don't think is any better than the... Yeah, the Shadowhawk is no better. Well, I've been finding Lawstech weapons. The problem is they're super expensive. All right, let's go through here. So we only have energy weapons and missile slots on this thing. But really, the biggest problem with the Griffin is that the weapons are all on one location. So if you lose that location, you're pretty much screwed. Although it's even worse on the standard Griffin because it's also on the same side. Missile slots are normally over here as opposed to over here. We could set this up as like a backup brawler style mech. I probably already have one of those somewhere. I'm just trying to think of the possibilities here. I don't think I want to equip this thing too much because it's definitely going to be a backup mech. Maybe a couple SRM6s for close range firepower because we have a lot of those things. Then a couple tons of ammo. The Griffin 1S is technically the best of the bunch, and I don't mind it too much. It suits my playstyle. Well, the main advantage you have with the Griffin is mobility. So if you use mobility, which it sounds like you don't, you tend to favor armor over mobility. So with your playstyle, yeah, definitely, I would see where you're coming from. I tend to favor mobility. I do like armor, but I tend to favor mobility, so that's why I tend to like it. Definitely, we're going to give it jump jets. We'll just put one in every location. Okay. We have 8 tons left still. I really don't know what to do with the energy weapon loadout. I feel like a large laser is a mistake, because I'm going to have a hard time curbing that. I mean, could you have put the support weapon somewhere else, too? I mean, come on, look at this thing. It's all in the arm. Three medium lasers and then just heat sinks. This thing's extremely inefficient from a heat standpoint, but maybe 5 heat sinks will do. Put a couple on the side torso section. We haven't up armored it at all, so I feel a little hesitant with that. I feel like stripping out one of the medium lasers is potentially a mistake. I mean, what's the damage out firepower looking like? 171. That's respectable with no damage upgrades. It's meant to be a backup mech, so as much as I don't like the armor loadout, it's not a bad armor loadout. I'll live with it. Again, this is not meant to be a frontline mech, so... Wait, hold on. Oh, I miscalculated. Okay, so we do have a ton to play with. So either I should do one more heatsink or I should up armor it. Well, definitely we need to up armor that arm. I'll also up armor... I'm going to ignore the left arm, because who cares? Okay. More ticks probably will do it. Yeah, okay. That'll do. Alright. So 7 days, that's not too bad.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Okay. I'm probably going to end up getting rid of that Griffin eventually, but for now, it's fine. Alright. That. Okay. This is the next location that we want to go to. It's 30 days away. This should be very doable for us. We don't know who our employer is, but it's going to be against Merc, so it shouldn't hurt our reputation with anybody. We do have a light tonnage requirement, but we should be fine there. Although we never really know what that requirement's going to be until we find out. Alright, so Commander Gunner, you don't know me, but me and my associates have a job for you. A real nice one, with a big payout at the end. If you want to talk about it, come meet me at Glenworth. I'll be waiting. Okay, let's go.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
Need to make sure to level up my pilots once we get into the system. There's no consecutive deployments, so I don't really have to worry too much about that kind of stuff, but...
That work order you submitted is complete.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I don't have anything else really to do, so let's just keep going. Hopefully I have enough money to get that next mech bay. Because that's the upgrade I really want to do. It will be tight, but I think we have close to enough money to do it, so... Money has just been really tight during this campaign, just because I have not been controlling my stuff too much. You bump into Crackshot in the corridor and notice that she is unusually high spirits. What's new? You ask her. Crackshot grins. I don't want to make too big of a deal out of this, but today is my birthday. Alright, we'll throw a party in the lounge. That evening, you invite Crackshot to a small party in the lounge. With senior staff and a few mech warriors in attendance. You say some flattering things about her. The then General Acclaim summons Crackshot to rise and give a speech. Ooh. Having to give a speech on your birthday. After a couple of hours of food, music, and light drinking. I mean, is that something you typically... I don't remember my family having the birthday person give a speech. Anyway, music and light drinking. The party starts breaking up and everyone wanders off in a pleasant mood. Later that evening, you find a thank you note from Crackshot on the door of your personal quarters. Apparently, your gesture meant the world to her. So we get one morale. That is actually worth a lot, because the morale oftentimes costs you quite a bit. And then they're in high spirits. So we might actually use them as long as they maintain that high spirits. I forgot to look at how much that's going to last, because it might be gone by the time we get there. 30 days. Okay, that's plenty of time. Everyone gives speeches. All right. Usually you just sing a song. Which I don't think I'm allowed to sing because it's copyrighted or some nonsense, isn't it? Isn't the happy birthday song copyrighted? And not that it matters too much on...
Got a new financial report for you, Commander.
Alright. We'll go ahead and go generous here. Although that may cut into my ability to pay for what I'm looking to pay for, but that's okay. We better make good money from this. Alright.
Those upgrades you asked for are online.
Now, I remember doing the power conduit for other potential upgrades down the line. But yeah, at this point, I think we just go straight into... Because for this one, we need the structural reinforcement too. That's not all that expensive. But we really just need to get this show on the road and get this mech bay. I've been putting it off too long because we just haven't been able to afford it. But...
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
We should be okay. Because we just hit a financial report. As long as we make money, we'll be fine.
nearly broke.
Yeah, thank you for the whining. Did you seriously stop me to whine at me? There was no other event that happened, right? He seriously just stopped me to whine at me. Alright, Dr. Murad arrives at a briefing, her arms full of succulent red orbs. Look, the first harvest from a hydroponics garden. Are those tomatoes? Darius asks. I thought we already did this event. Alright, well, in any case. She tosses him one, and he bites into it, then sighs with satisfaction as he wipes the juice off his chin. They are! Tomatoes, strawberries, watermelon, squash, basil, and that's just the early harvest. With studied nonchalance, Samire snatches her own tomato from Afara's arms. The crew will be thrilled, Commander. How do you want to share the news? We'll throw a garden party, of course. Because you get free morale. 2 points for 15,000. I'll take that any day. We also get a boost of medical points, which may come in handy for this flashpoint. Again, we don't have consecutive deployments, so it probably doesn't matter too much, but all right. We also have a lot of those cockpit mods, so that kind of limits that too. But in any case, Dr. Murad stands in the center of the hydroponic garden. She brushes a melon tendril away from her face as she addresses the company. I want to thank you, Commander, for making the creation of this hydroponic unit a priority. The fresh produce that we can now enjoy is only the beginning. We're also growing medicinal herbs, or herbs, depending on what side of the pond you're on, for use in the med bay, and as I'm sure you've noticed, the air on the pod is also much more enjoyable, which should serve to improve shipboard health. Farrah flashes you a smile. So, I'd like you all to take a deep breath and raise a tomato or strawberry or whatever you fancy and salute to our commander and to our new garden. The entire crew lets out a lusty cheer, followed by the sound of contented munching. Alright. Formadays. Ah, okay. Well, that one thing that I talked about that follows like the tabletop game rules, it has like when you do the campaign, it's like really hardcore. Like you have to acquire spare parts and stuff. You can buy them ahead of time, but when I say spare parts, like I mean like every little part on the mech. If it breaks, you have to replace it. So actuators, things like that. I don't know if that's in this mod or not, but you really have to concern yourself with the logistics, and that's what I was talking about. Like, it's a lot of spreadsheets and stuff. There's just a lot. You have all the individual crew members. You don't necessarily, like, you can do things other than just pilot mechs. You can have vehicles. You can have infantry. Really anything under the sun you can do. You can serve as a mercenary, but you can serve as an actual unit as part of one of the houses or some other faction. It's really up to you what you want to do. I'm not going to do this just yet. But as I said, there's a lot to keep track of, so it is, yeah, it's kind of intense. Okay, so in any case, let's go ahead and go to Mech Warriors and make sure we level everybody up. We have to remind ourselves that Crackshot does have high spirits. Although she is dramatically behind skill of Leo, so I have to ask myself if the high spirits is worth it. Not sure if it is or not.
What's up, boss?
Any case, no benefit. Well, I guess you get a higher indirect fire penalty, or lower indirect. Whatever, the indirect fire penalty is better if we go there. But what we're really after is the overheat threshold, so we're going to take that for now. Also going to level up the piloting. Why not? I think the next thing I'm going to save up for is higher gunnery skill.
Mech warrior training complete.
Okay, Brunswick finally can afford the call shot mastery, and he will be absolutely deadly now that he has this. We also get him some gunnery skill to give his accuracy up.
Training complete.
Okay, now for Legend.
Orders?
Okay, so Legend already has those two things. Both gunnery skill and piloting would benefit her. Either one, honestly. I'm going to go with gunnery skill, but we'll probably go with piloting next time.
Training confirmed.
So our mainline pilots are starting to get rather elite. They're not entirely maxed out, but they're getting there. We were saving up for Called Shot Mastery as well. And I'm also going to bump up my accuracy as well.
Mech Warrior training
Alright.
complete.
And then Crack Shot, just in case we use her. I don't really have anything I want to spend on at the moment. I mean, really, she needs to level up these two things. But yeah, we're in a good spot. Because we don't have consecutive deployments, there's no reason for me to level anyone else up. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do this.